Thousands of years ago, rivers and coasts served as natural highways for early humans. Small wooden boats carried goods like fish and grains, and primitive ports were just sandy shores where traders met. These early exchanges sparked the need for organized docking. In Mesopotamia, circa 3500 BCE, the world's first civilizations built ports along rivers like the Tigris and Euphrates. Using reed boats, traders transported goods such as textiles and metals. Clay tablets show how ports became hubs of commerce and cultural exchange. Egyptian ports along the Nile, circa 3000 BCE, supported monumental projects like the pyramids. Large barges transported stone blocks, while ports like Thonis Heraclean connected Egypt to Mediterranean trade, boosting its economy and influence. The Phoenicians, circa 1200 BCE, revolutionized port design, creating harbors with breakwaters to protect ships. Cities like Tyre and Sidon became bustling hubs, trading goods such as purple dye and cedar wood across the Mediterranean, setting a blueprint for modern ports. Ancient Greece, circa 800 BCE, developed advanced ports like Piraeus, serving Athens. These ports had warehouses and docking systems, enabling large-scale trade. The Greeks also introduced naval bases, blending commerce with military strategy. The Romans, circa 1st century BC, mastered port construction, using concrete that set underwater. Ports like Ostia featured lighthouses, warehouses, and quays, showcasing engineering brilliance. These harbors were vital for feeding Rome's growing population. During the Middle Ages, ports like Venice and Constantinople thrived, connecting Europe to Asia via the Silk Road and spice routes. Merchant ships brought exotic goods, and customs offices emerged, marking the start of regulated trade in ports. The age of exploration brought ports to the forefront of global trade. Lisbon, Seville, and Amsterdam became centers for expeditions, as ships carried spices, silver, and slaves. Ports evolved with docks, shipyards, and fortifications to protect lucrative commerce. The 19th century's Industrial Revolution transformed ports. Steamships demanded deeper harbors and better infrastructure. Ports like Liverpool and New York built massive docks, cranes, and warehouses, turning into industrial powerhouses of global trade. The 1950s brought containerization, revolutionizing port operations. Standardized containers allowed faster loading and unloading. Ports like Rotterdam adapted with specialized cranes and terminals, drastically reducing costs and making global trade more efficient. Today, ports are hubs of innovation. Automation, AI, and robotics optimize operations, while digital systems track cargo. Ports like Singapore and Shanghai integrate smart technologies, ensuring smooth handling of millions of containers annually. Modern ports face environmental concerns like pollution and habitat destruction. Efforts like electrification of cranes and use of renewable energy are transforming ports into eco-friendly hubs, with initiatives in Hamburg and Los Angeles leading the way. Ports have become key geopolitical assets. Locations like the Strait of Hormuz and Panama Canal influence global trade routes and political strategies. Military bases often coexist with commercial ports, emphasizing their strategic importance. Ports are more than trade hubs. They shape cities. From the historic charm of Porto to Dubai's futuristic Jebel Ali, ports influence architecture, culture, and economies. Their legacy is reflected in vibrant waterfronts and bustling global commerce. The future of ports is digital and sustainable. AI-driven logistics, green energy, and smart infrastructure will define the next era. As trade grows, ports will continue evolving, bridging oceans and nations, and remaining vital to the pulse of global economies.